Their despair is the seasoning.
Tahm Kench, but that's not his name. Rather, he has been known by many names throughout the various times and places of Runeterra. The River King, Two Coats, the Great Waddler, Old Yonbelly, and now Tahm Kench, all titles for this demonic entity. The demon preys on the desperate and dissatisfied, offering them bargains and promises of quick and easy gains, monetary or otherwise. The demon's silver tongue persuades the desperate into believing they can trust these bargains. Sooner or later, Tahm Kench devours everything the prey had gained, leaving them worse off than they would be had they simply refused his bargain. Runeterra demons, or Akana, are attuned to negative emotions. Tahm feeds on greed, vices, addiction, and despair. As long as they are present, he is present. Akana tend to hide their true name, since a person can control a demon if they know it. As with other Akana, Tahm Kench can take various forms, but for now he appears in a form the people of Bilgewater are familiar with. Appearance: Tahm Kench is a rotund walking catfish with a big mouth, a long elastic tongue, and jagged teeth. He wears a little top hat, two coats sewn together, and a vest stretched across his gut. He also wears jewelry on his whiskers and fingers. Stories. Biography. We learn that Tahm frequents the Serpentine River Delta, gambling dens of Bilgewater, and the River Pilt. He seems to mainly occupy waterways. His bio mentions 2 contracts he made with his victims. The first victim was an honest raftsman who traded 1 life for an unforgettable experience. Then he was convinced to do so again and again, escalating until he became a deceitful man with no one left to lie to. The second was a Piltover inventor who traded a lock of her hair for an idea that would make wealthy families notice her. She received a contract, but needed more inventions to keep her employer satisfied. She traded her braids for more ideas, then she traded a fingertip, then an ear, and eventually she was devoured entirely. The biography ends with this quote about Tahm Kench: "No matter how alluring his words may be, in his mouth you will be lost." Ruined King note: the River King's blessing. The River King is mentioned in a note from one Melissia to her brother. She writes that the River King has allowed for her to marry a Demacian lord named Adam. However, Adam believes she is an only child and will have to leave her brother behind working at the Bilgewater slaughter docks. Reveal trailer. In his reveal teaser, the River King brought a gambler to a new land. Here, the gambler finds a wife, receives gifts and riches, all of which the River King devours in time. This gambler's name was Tahm Kench. Gambler's Woe. This is a short story told by a former gambler named Lars. When he had met the River King, he had 1 golden kraken from his harpooning work. Rationally, the gambler knew he should use it to pay his debts and invest the remainder. However, Tahm Kench convinced him otherwise. After all, if he got lucky, he could buy a boat and hire others to do the dangerous jobs while he sat back and reaped the benefits. The man gambled the night away and woke the next day with enough winnings to buy a ship. But why stop there when a few more rounds of gambling could purchase a fleet? He played again and again, winning, losing, and winning all over. The ups and downs eventually made him forget what he was even gambling for. All he wanted was more. Eventually, he lost everything. He resorted to stealing from his mates, sleeping in gutters, and eating rats. He even sold his own leg to be used for chum. At this point, Kench returned and offered Lars the same gold kraken that started him down this path. Lars was deeply tempted, but somehow managed to refuse. Lars ruminates on the River King and the lessons he learned. A slightly altered quote says Kench feeds on misery, gorging himself on the desperation of what comes from the greed and sorrow in men's hearts. You might say he led me to the cliff's edge, but I were the one who threw myself off. His advice at the end of the story: never ever make a deal with the River King. You've always got more to lose. Notes and trivia. The River King and the handsome gambler in the teaser may have initially met in Zon, since they met in a sunken town. Zon is the Undercity, and it's in the River King's area of operation. This is all my speculation, though. Tahm is a crossroads demon, as seen in other works of folklore. These Faustian bargain types tend to make deals that are almost certainly never worth it. Tahm Kench has the most unique champion taunts in the game at 48. Yone claims to know Tahm Kench's true name. This is stated in their first encounter dialogue in Summoner's Rift.
Tahm Kench, Two Coats. I know your true name, demon.
Lars from Gambler's Woe tells more Bilgewater stories. He has ones about Nautilus, Fizz, and Pike, which I may cover at a later date. One thing to note, Tahm Kench is a full demon, but he is not one of the 10 primordial demons. Outro. I never found verification for the claim that Tahm Kench was the name of the gambler in the teaser trailer. I saw the claim a few times, but a lot of the source links were old or broken. I think it was in a Riot Q&A from around the time of Tahm's release, so 2015. I will post links to the other available sources in the video description. Yeah, this is my first lore video. I was wondering which character to begin with for a character dive, and I thought, well, Tahm Kench can dive, and he's interesting enough. I'm sure I missed some things here and there, so feel free to tell me about it. Anyway, let me know what you think, and if you see a catfish in a top hat trying to strike a deal with you, maybe think it over. Thank you for watching.